We've all watched Peppa Pig, but some details just don't add up. From strange world rules to mysterious characters, Peppa's world might be hiding more than it seems. Like in the episode The Library, Peppa and her family go to return a book Daddy Pig forgot to return for 10 years. But once they step inside, things get really interesting. On the library wall is a huge poster of none other than Princess Holly, crown, wings, and all, like she's a celebrity in Peppa's world. And when Peppa heads to the children's section to pick a book, guess who's on the cover again? Yup, it's Holly. Even when the camera zooms out, you can spot Ben on another poster down the wall. These aren't little Easter eggs. They're full-on tributes sitting right in Peppa's universe. And it doesn't stop there. In Once Upon a Time, Peppa and George flip through storybooks, and inside one of them is Princess Holly again. Then, in World Book Day, one of the books Peppa looks at has a fairy that looks exactly like Nanny Plum. Wings, wand, and all. So between the posters, storybooks, and fairies, one thing's pretty clear. Peppa Pig and Ben and Holly might just exist in the same universe. What do you find in a zoo? A bunch of animals, right? And who are the zookeepers at Peppa's Town Zoo? None other than Mr. Lion and Miss Crocodile. Now let's pause for a second and really think about that. A zoo, filled with all sorts of creatures, is being looked after by two natural predators. We're talking a lion and a crocodile. Why would these two, who are both fully carnivorous, be put in charge of a zoo? Giving such a responsibility to two animals whose instincts are, well, to eat other animals, raises some seriously intriguing questions about how things work in Peppa's world. It definitely makes you wonder about the hiring process at that zoo. This next mystery genuinely intrigues us about Peppa Pig's world. What do the carnivores eat? In a world where animals walk and talk like people and live side by side, what exactly is on their plates? Take Dr. Bear, for example. Bears are some of nature's biggest carnivores. So, when George Pig gets sick and Dr. Bear visits, what's he thinking? A house full of cute, plump little pigs must be quite the opportunity. But of course, he's just there to diagnose a cold. Then there's Mr. Wolf, who lives in the house Daddy Pig designed. We even get a quick nod to the three little pigs in that episode, a story where the wolf's sole intention is to eat the pigs for dinner. And in the episode, The Little Boat, when Daddy Pig and Mr. Wolf are alone on the boat, Mr. Wolf casually mentions how incredibly hungry he is.
I'm really hungry now.
Now here's where it gets interesting. As he says it, he casts a bit of a shady look in Daddy Pig's direction. Was that just an innocent comment about being ready for lunch? Or was there a deeper wolfish hunger behind those eyes, especially with a plump Daddy Pig standing right there? It definitely makes you wonder what's really on Mr. Wolf's mind when he talks about being hungry. And let's not forget our zookeepers, Mr. Lion and Miss Crocodile. These are pure carnivores, through and through. Yet, they're employed in a capacity where they're surrounded by other animals. Remember the episode where Madame Gazelle and the entire playgroup went to the zoo? And Miss Crocodile looked at Madame Gazelle during feeding time? That look wasn't just normal. Was it a funny joke because she's a crocodile? Or is there something a bit wild about her lurking beneath the surface? What do these natural predators consume on a daily basis? Madame Gazelle seems to be the only one who genuinely shows fear of these animals, hinting that perhaps their true nature is still lurking. This show can get seriously confusing when you think about it. In the world of Peppa Pig, there's a big mystery about wild animals, even though we haven't seen a wild animal so far. But there are definitely some wild animals roaming around in Peppa's world. Throughout the episodes, we notice that the characters sometimes show a fear of wild animals in different ways. In the episode Zoo, when Peppa's playgroup is about to enter the zoo, we hear Madame Gazelle say they are about to see some wild animals.
We will be meeting wild animals. Ooh.
But in the episode, they actually don't see any. But what exactly are they afraid of? Is it wild wolves, lions, tigers, or bears? Could there be secret jungles or hidden forests nearby where these mysterious wild animals live? The thought of these hidden creatures makes every episode a little more exciting and leaves us curious about the wild side of Peppa's world, just waiting to be discovered. Now this one's a real head-scratcher. In one episode, the pig family is watching Mr. Potato on TV. He's leading an exercise program, which is normal enough. But here's where it gets truly bizarre. Mr. Potato tells everyone to eat a healthy diet, full of fruits and vegetables. Wait a minute. Mr. Potato is a vegetable, right? So, is he encouraging everyone to eat his own kind? That's pretty weird, even for Peppa Pig's world. It makes you wonder, Is Mr. Potato a talking animal dressed up in a potato costume? Or does he hold the unique title of being the only gigantic living vegetable in this entire place? What do you think is going on with Mr. Potato? Now let's talk about one of the most disturbing questions about Peppa Pig. In the episode The Fire Engine, we see Daddy Pig and his soccer team meeting for a barbecue. When we look at the characters in the barbecue, we can see that there is a zebra, a rabbit, and a pony who are vegetarians. But besides them, we also have Mr. Bull and Mr. Pig at this barbecue, and the two represent the two largest groups of meats used in barbecues worldwide, beef and pork. So what kind of barbecue can a group of animals like this make? It's really disturbing to think about, isn't it? How many Miss Rabbits are there? Seriously, think about it. You see Miss Rabbit everywhere. She drives the train, she works at the supermarket, she's a helicopter pilot, she runs the ice cream parlor, she's the librarian, she even works at the fire station. And she's not just in Peppa's town, she pops up all over the world, doing every single job imaginable. Is this just one incredibly hardworking rabbit with superpowers? Or is Miss Rabbit some kind of title passed down through a family of super employees? Or, and this is where it gets really mysterious, is there some kind of Miss Rabbit cloning facility out there, churning out new rabbits to fill every job vacancy in the world? It's utterly bewildering and makes you wonder just how deep this rabbit hole goes. Why are some animals just, well, normal animals, while others talk and act like humans? Think about it. You've got Peppa Pig and all her friends and family who walk on two legs, go to school, drive cars, and chat away. But then you see regular ducks swimming in the pond, or goldfish just swimming in their bowl. They don't talk, they don't wear clothes, they just act like typical animals you'd find in our world. Adding to this mystery, we even see animals of the same species behave differently. Take Penny Polar Bear, for instance. She's a sweet, human-like friend in Peppa's playgroup. But we know from Captain Dog's Antarctic adventure that there are also wild polar bears living in icy, remote places, just like in our world. So, how did Penny's family end up living in Peppa's town, so far from their natural habitat? What made them move there? And why do they act like people while other polar bears don't? It's a quiet mystery that makes you wonder about the animal rules in Peppa's world. And speaking of wildly different behaviors from the same animal, we have Miss Crocodile at the zoo, who walks, talks, and acts like a person. But then, remember the gym class episode? In a flashback, we see Grampy Rabbit being chased by wild crocodiles, who were definitely not friendly, and were trying to bite him. So you have a human-like crocodile friend, and then terrifying, normal crocodiles. So, what's the deal? Why do some animals get to live like people, and others just stay as pets or wildlife, even within the same species? Mr. Fox is one of the most suspicious characters in Peppa Pig, and in one of the episodes, Grandpa Pig puts his chickens to sleep. And when he turns to the side, Mr. Fox simply appears out of nowhere. That's really suspicious. As we all know, foxes are notorious for attacking the farms during nighttime. So, Mr. Fox wandering around the chicken coop at night might be hinting at something. Similarly, in the episode The Police Station, we see some posters outside the police station. In the poster, we can see two fox symbols, one on each side. This might mean that Mr. Fox is wanted by the police because in his shop, all his items have his sticker, which closely resembles what's on the poster. This all looks very interesting, despite this being funny. It might be proof that he is indeed a professional thief. An even funnier thing about all this is that we see little Freddy has a natural inclination to be a policeman. When Peppa and Susie are talking about the future, and we see what seems to be the girl's imagination showing them years ahead, they pass by adult Freddy, and he's already a policeman. Maybe Freddy will arrest Mr. Fox in the future. Who knows? But one thing is sure, there's something fishy going on with Mr. Fox. So, these were some of the bizarre mysteries in Peppa Pig, and as always, we'll see you all in the next video.